What's going on, guys? And for today's video, I wanted to give my insight on where fitness as a whole is trending, where I believe it's been trending, and what I believe the right way of health and wellness and fitness is, regardless of what your fitness goals may be, whether that be muscle building, also known as hypertrophy, general wellness, strength, power, etc. And I guess to establish credibility, because why in the world would you listen to me, right? I am someone that has graduated with my degree in exercise science. I'm currently in a doctoral program for physical therapy, and I've been training for around 10 years now, and I'm currently a personal trainer working at a private health club here in California. And so with that being said, I would like to say what I've observed, and it's that fitness has become a trend simply to build muscle and look like your favorite anime character or Greek god. And that's kind of why a lot of people want to go to the gym, or someone hurt you and you're just wanting to look better so that they can see who they lost, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not even going to get into like those forms of motivation and everything, but I guess what I really want to get at is there is a world, and actually to get here is really important, where we should be doing more than just picking a split and sticking with it and just keeping the same diet. That's all important, okay? What I'm saying is, alongside that, we need to be establishing a stretching and mobility and cardio routine alongside your typical split. And I know that's not something you want to hear. It's not sexy, it's not fun. But as a young person, we really don't think about this stuff until it's too late and we're in our 30s and we have to stop going to the gym altogether. Our health significantly deteriorates because of injuries or just built up chronic injuries throughout the body, and you just don't go and take care of yourself in the gym anymore. And this is because our mobility and cardio was just never addressed. And worse yet, right now listening to this video, you may have some form of chronic lower back pain as a 20-year-old or younger. And how do I know this? It's because that was me. I was purely in fitness due to external motivation. I just wanted to go to the gym because I wanted to show people in high school that I was worth something, even though looking better is really not going to do that. And even if that was my goal, like that shouldn't even have been a goal in the first place. Like, those people don't really care about me, and that stuff just really doesn't matter. And so a lot of people stick to a completely sedentary lifestyle, lift for a few hours, and then go back to just being completely sedentary. Rinse and repeat, some form of split, push-pull legs, upper lower. Not bad splits, by the way. It's just the trend that I'm seeing is just more like sedentary, lift, and then sedentary, and no stretching, no cardio at all, because apparently cardio destroys your gains, which is complete bullshit, by the way. I just want to get that out of the way. When in reality, we need to establish a routine so that we can improve our cardio and then our mobility and flexibility. And I know I'm sounding like a broken record and everything, and so I guess the next question is, okay, what do I have to do? Well, alongside muscle building, according to ACSM, or the American College of Sports Medicine, suggests, we're supposed to be getting 150 minutes of moderate intensity cardio or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity cardio throughout the week, essentially. So moderate intensity would be walking at a brisk pace around 3.5 miles per hour for around 30 minutes or so, and doing that 5 times per week minimum to be able to attain good health. And basically, long story short, our 10,000 steps a day comes from the 3 tiers of fitness, basically. And pretty much the 3 tiers would be actually based on step count. It's not about the 15-degree incline, 3.5 mile per hour stuff that the influencers are kind of putting out there so that you can burn more calories. It's not really about that. It's about 3,000 to 6,000 steps is tier 1 fitness, bare minimum. Tier 2, where most people should be hanging around, is 6,000 to 9,000. And then the ultimate goal, which is to get to tier 3 of wellness, which is 9,000 to 12,000 steps per day as habit, right? 9,000 to 12,000, that's pretty much where the 10,000 steps comes from, right? So it should be a goal that we get to that tier 3, because cardio is literally to improve your cardiorespiratory health. The heart muscles, how well your heart is pumping, right? And how well your lungs are working with your heart. And the best way to do that is literally by doing cardio. And again, moderate intensity. You don't need to go balls to the wall every single session in order to improve your cardio. You don't need to run every single time. In fact, it's best to just pick a modality of cardio that is suitable for you, that feels sustainable and hopefully fun. Maybe you can watch some anime or some show that you like to do or you like to watch, or even a video game like while you're doing your cardio. I personally enjoy my cardio because I get to like just do something alongside it, or I do it outside. That's also a good way. And with a mobility and flexibility routine, you can literally chat GPT like a full body flexibility mobility routine and just do it daily. Improve our mobility over time, because this is the actual stuff that matters. You're not really going to care about the fact that you looked like, an absolute Greek god for a short period of time and then the rest of your life you were just miserable in pain. I'm not saying that doing the bare minimum, is going to not get you there, basically, or that's not what's going to be important to you when you're in your 30s or 40s. I'm just saying that, especially as a natural, we're in this for the long haul. And so you got to be able to do something that's sustainable for you and that's actually good for your health and wellness. Again, a lot of influencers really don't talk about stretching and doing your cardio because it's just not sexy and it's just not as fun as going to the gym and then cranking out some weights, right? So I guess the next question is, Andre, I can't get my steps in, right? How do I get my steps in? And the first way is by taking the long way to get to things. Like, don't be in such a hurry to just go from point A to point B. Try to take the long way so you get some extra steps in. But another thing you can do, you can hop on something like Strava, and then it basically tells you how fast you're walking. Let's say you're not on a treadmill, right? Let's say you're at home and you just need to walk around. Like, you can go outside and walk and set a 3.5 mile per hour brisk pace. That's pretty brisk for someone like an average person walking and everything, and just walk for 15 minutes at that pace. You'll get to around 3,000 steps. You do that 3 times and you've already gotten to 9,000 steps. And you're able to do your cardio throughout the day too, so you can keep the blood flow and just keep your body loose through the day, especially if you're doing long bouts of studying and everything, or working or gaming, honestly. And in the future, I'll go into more detail about workout splits and what you should be doing in terms of lifting. But in terms of bare minimum, getting started and building a good foundation, get that 150 minutes of cardio per week, have a basic flexibility and stretching routine, and then lift twice a week. This is all based on ACSM standards. And to lift twice a week, you can do a full body routine in terms of hitting every muscle group twice per week and then 2 to 4 sets each. Or you can do an upper, lower, and then full body, so that's 3 times per week. But overall, just stick to the basics and progress that first before you get all fancy and try to throw a ton of volume on there with a ton of advanced techniques like drop sets and everything. But if you guys are interested in more videos like this, let me know. Put it down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one.